Hey YouTubers, this is Tim at JL Miniatures. Just wanted to give you an update. Right now I'm working on an inn I started, basically a D&D or Mordheim type inn. And right now I'm working on the inside walls and flooring. So right here is a roller from Green Stuff World. I'm going to be using this one here for the walls, and I just wanted to show you some of the quick ways I'm going to take and work on the coloring. Basically what I have is I have three colors that I'm using. So I have a tan, a brown, and then I have a black. And I will be using a little bit of everything in here. I already have one section of it already done. This right here is just what I've rolled out, and it's not really a specific size right now. I'm going to cut them down into size once I get more more exact measurements and everything else. Right now it's just easier to do them all in a big chunk and call it good. But you can see I'm kind of striping it out, kind of working some of the color so it's not super dark. I want to have some good kind of transition as far as that goes. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just going over it real nice and easy. I'm not going over it heavy or really hard, because I want that detail to still be there when I'm done. And these little planks right here, they're only, only so long each one. So with this one here, I think it's just going to look a little bit nicer. I'm just going to put a little bit of black in. I'm going to add some brown to it, kind of bring it up. That way it's not too dark as far as that goes. But I'm just going to keep adding the color. I'm just going to keep working the shades right across the whole entire piece. This one right here is probably 5 inches. I'm going to shrink it down here. There you go. So it's probably about 5 inches tall, and it's about probably a foot or 16 inches long. And that's what I'm just going to do, is I'm just going to keep grabbing some paint, putting it on there. I'm not cleaning out my brush as far as rinsing it out. I'm just literally grabbing another color. I'm just going to go through until it kind of just gets off my brush, grab another color, and just keep going with it. You can see I'm going from light to dark, dark to light. It really doesn't matter as far as that goes. If you don't want to take and excuse me, have such a dark contrast, you can always go excuse me again, with a blue maybe in it, just to give it a little bit of a different type wood look to it. I know a lot of people are like, why would you use blue? But a blue looks really kind of cool. You could use a blue gray if you don't want to be super dramatic with that. That would look just as good. I might even take and do a little chunk of that just to show you once I get done with this part here. But I'm literally just working right down. But this is one of those things where you don't have to be careful with it. You can just have fun. And you don't have to start from top to bottom, bottom to top. You can add that light color into a different part and then just kind of just feather it in. So you don't have to take and have it run exactly vertical if you don't want to. You can always take and change it up a bit. Now these paints that I'm using right here are just the regular apple barrel type paints. They're the bigger bottle ones. I go through quite a bit of that. I think that's the best stuff to use when it comes to wanting to do your terrain. It's the cheapest way to do it. Instead of buying a $4 or $5 little bottle of paint, just use some apple barrel. It goes in just as good. You don't have to prime the stuff, and you can have just as much fun with it as far as that goes. You can see I'm kind of just skipping over right now and kind of running out of my tan, so I'm going to throw some other colors in here real quick. I'm going to take and blend it out, and then add a little bit of black. But you see how you can just take and feather it right out, and it goes to a gray. It will darken up a little bit more once it dries, just like any other paint, but it's not a big deal. And I think that looks pretty good. There's a little section down. Oops, sorry about that. There's a little section right here. I'm just going to kind of feather that in. But this kind of gives you an idea of how that looks. And you can see right there that it holds the detail really well. There's going to be little spots here and there that might be some blue showing or something like that. But it really, you know, like I said, it's for gameplay. It's going to be a wall, so it's not going to really matter. This is another, this is going to be the flooring that I'm going to actually put inside there. So you can kind of see how that's going to look. I'm just doing like a cobblestone flooring. I think that'll be kind of interesting. But this is the one I just did previous. And you can see where this is a little bit lighter color. You can still see the detail in there. This is something that you can also dry brush over if you want. So you don't have such a big contrast in your paints. Using the 3 or possibly 4 different colors if you want in your woods, and you sit down and you paint them all at the same time, you're going to get that same color variance as far as that goes. If you take and paint for a few minutes and then you go take a break and you come back, you know, it might change a little bit to where it doesn't match up quite as nice. But with these rooms that I'm doing here, they're just regular D&D size, like an inn type bedroom. So they're not going to be super huge. I am going to be doing the downstairs also, but I thought I'd start out with these right here, see how these work, and then I'm just going to kind of go from there and then add the rest of the detail. It's a little bit easier to take and add the detail and paint it while it's outside of the room, and then I can just use some hot glue or something and glue them in place and call it good. Again, this is Tim at JL Miniatures. Please make a comment, sign up, look for my other videos that I've got on there. I know that some of them you can't comment on because I had them on the kid-friendly part of it. I'm going to try to do that, not with this one, just to see if this makes a big difference for everybody else. These are for pretty much anybody that's into the crafting. I don't cuss or anything like that, so I do really try to keep it clean and try to make it helpful for anybody that's either starting out or just wanting to watch some other different videos. Again, this is Tim at JL Miniatures. Thank you very much for watching.